Alright, so they say third time is the charm. I think I have everything going. I had to delete my first two live streams from a minute ago. We'll see if this is going to work any better. But first I just need to verify that we have some audio going here. Yeah, we have audio. Okay, we are good. So I'm going to tell you the story. This is my personal experience of trying to buy a Bobcat 300 Helium Miner using Coinbase. So I have a friend of mine, Andreas, who told me about something called a Helium hotspot. And a Helium hotspot is a device that allows an Internet of Things network to be created. And so he showed me how it worked a little bit and said you can make a little bit of money each day. I started looking into it and realized that it was real, and it had grown from 60,000 hotspots to 500,000 hotspots. Kind of learned a little bit more about how it works. The idea is you host a hotspot that can communicate to other hotspots and can also serve out data in an Internet of Things network. And I had always been kind of leery of cryptocurrency, but this kind of seemed a little interesting in that this company was paying people to have hotspots with the Helium cryptocurrency, and then was requiring people who wanted to use the network to buy Helium, therefore making an inherent intrinsic value in the Helium, rather than most cryptocurrencies are just, only on faith, and it only has value if everybody says it has value. Whereas this feels like a little ecosystem where they distribute the Helium to the people who are providing the hotspots. People who want to use the network have to buy Helium, and you create a circle of use. So I went on to the Helium website, and then you go down to their recommended hotspots that you can use. And I have to tell you, I already have a rack v2 miner, and that's working fine, and I'm making money. And so that's why this is also very upsetting, because every day that I don't have my miner is a day that I could have potentially made some money but didn't. So let me see if I can show this to you. I don't know if that'll show up, but in 2 weeks I've made $106. So Coinbase is literally costing me money every day that this transaction didn't go through. So let's go into how and why my Coinbase nightmare started. This is my personal experience, and I want to let everybody know what my personal experience was and why I personally, as soon as this is all said and done, will be canceling my Coinbase account and never use Coinbase again. So again, this is my personal experience, and how and why did I get put onto Coinbase, and why would I ever start a Coinbase account? We're going to go into that. So I'm going to do a video, try to do a video every single day that I don't have my money or I don't have my miner. So I went on to find out which hotspots. There are several that are very highly rated. There's a rack v2, which everybody loves, and I'll tell you I love it too. It's real tiny, uses about 5 watts of electricity, was super easy to install. It was up and running within less than 8 hours, so I connected it Friday afternoon, and by Friday evening I was making money. So you go to the Helium hotspot recommended, how do I say this? The recommended hotspots. So then you go to purchase, and it will take you to the Bobcat website. And then when you go to order now, and you say, I want a North America model, add to cart, view cart and check out. And what you will find out is that they are going to direct you to use Coinbase. So I don't know if it will let me. Let's see, we'll go fake at hotmail.com. I'm going to say, oops, Concord Police. And let's see, 255. There we go. We'll just pick a random address. And we will go ahead and do that. And we will continue shopping with all of this fake information. And let's see if it will let you continue shopping. Okay, so then you go continue to payment. And you see here they are recommending Coinbase Commerce. So the only reason I signed up for Coinbase is because Bobcat and Coinbase have an agreement together. It's very clear here, right? It's right here on their website. They want you to use Coinbase. So that's the only reason I used Coinbase, was because it was the recommended website by Bobcat. So you would assume the two of these are talking together, right? And that the transaction is going to go smooth like silk. So here's where it broke down. I realized I needed to use Coinbase, or at least they're very clearly, definitely recommending I use Coinbase, and we'll go into why that's a terrible, terrible choice. So I went and I signed up for a Coinbase account. Now, cryptocurrency is supposed to be the future, bro. And let me tell you why Coinbase and cryptocurrency are not the future. So you go to buy, I needed to pay in something called USDC, which is a stable coin. So to buy the USDC, and let's go into why I'm doing this, because you can buy these. I bought my Ras Miner through eBay, and that transaction was smooth like silk. The only thing is that the people who sell through eBay, they have a markup. It's pretty substantial. It's a couple $100, but you know, we're 2 weeks in and I'm well on my way to making up that extra markup. So I really wish in hindsight, I would have never used Coinbase. I would have paid the extra markup. I would have done it through eBay and PayPal, and I would already have my miner by now. But I don't. So anyway, they recommend Coinbase. You see that here. That's their preferred payment vendor. So I signed up for a Coinbase, and then after I sign up for the Coinbase, you have to fund it. So you have to buy USDC stablecoin. So I do that, and then I try to instantly go do my transaction. So buying the USDC through PayPal was so easy. PayPal is an incredible website. PayPal, boom, 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 transaction went through, money out of my account, money over to Coinbase, smooth like silk. I love PayPal. They're fantastic. So I now have my USDC, and I think I can use it, except I can't. So remember, this is the future, bro. I have to wait 7 days, apparently, to send my USDC. So had I done this transaction through any other means, using Visa, PayPal, Square, Apple Pay, I mean, you pick a payment platform, it would have went smoother. And it would have been instantaneous, and the vendor would have had the money, and I would have had my product. So wait 7 days. I do everything according to what they've told me to do. Wait the 7 days, then I go to do the transaction. And it looks like it's going to go through. But first of all, let me tell you that Coinbase had a tremendous percentage on the fees to buy the USDC. Now, it was still cheaper than paying the markup through eBay, where people buy the item and then charge a markup, but still a tremendous amount of fees, way more than any other platform would charge, as far as like what PayPal's fee structure is, what Visa's fee structure is. It's like those are 3%, but Coinbase is much more. So I buy it. I wait my 7 days, then I go to send it, and everything looks like it goes okay. I get a confirmation number, everything seems fine, and then what happens is the next day I get an email from Coinbase saying they're holding the transaction for 3 days. Now I have to tell you, I'm not going to go any further because I don't want to reveal my personal information, but if I were to continue on to Coinbase and try to do the transaction, they send a verification code to my phone. So it's two-factor authentication. So not only am I using my Coinbase account, they're sending a OTP, which is a two-factor authentication to my phone. My phone number is the same phone number that's in Coinbase. I verify. That should have been it. Any other bank in the world, that two-factor authentication and thousands of dollars could have moved, and that would have been okay. Not Coinbase. And again, this is my personal experience, and this is why I will personally never use Coinbase again, and why Coinbase has made a nightmare for me. So I get an email saying they're holding my money for 3 days. I call up Coinbase, and you think I should be able to fix this, right? You think Coinbase would have support that actually could do something. So I call them up, and I say, look, I definitely wanted that money to go, make this transaction happen. And the lady's like, we can't really do that. What I can do is I can create a case for you, and then we'll go through, but that really might take longer than the 3 days. I definitely said, go ahead and create a case. And I still waited the 3 days, and she verified the payment should go through fine in 3 days, everything will be fine, but it wasn't. So the person in support, I don't even know if they created a case for me or not. I never heard anything back about it. Then 3 days go by, and I wait a couple days thinking I'm going to get some sort of confirmation emails or something. And then I contact Bobcat, and they have no idea. They don't even have my order number. So the same order number that flashed to me after I hit pay, it doesn't exist in their system because after 3 days, the order timed out, but Coinbase still sent my money. And so they don't have an order number. Coinbase made it seem like I can't get my money back. Once you send the money, it's gone. I'm now working with Bobcat, who is at least responding. And Bobcat says, in 2 weeks I might have an order number, and then if they can't do that, maybe in 30 days I'll get my money back. But I have no idea. So we're going to do 30 days of videos of why I will never use Coinbase again, and how Coinbase made this a miserable transaction. And just my personal experience with Coinbase is horrible. And Coinbase started this whole problem. They never should have flagged the transaction. Why should they have never flagged it? I did the two-factor authentication. Coinbase is clearly an authorized vendor, so Coinbase is very familiar with paying money to Bobcat. Bobcat has something like, of those 500,000 hotspots, they're responsible for 250,000. So I don't think I'd be exaggerating to say Coinbase has had several thousand, potentially hundreds of thousands of transactions go from Coinbase to Bobcat. But anyway, I don't know if I have my money. I might have to file a police report. I might have to take Coinbase to small claims court to get my money back. But fortunately, I have hours and hours of calls to Coinbase, and it's all logged in my phone, and I can show you all the different calls and how much hours of my life these people have ripped away from me. Coinbase made this a miserable experience. I still don't have my money. I still don't have my product. I don't have an order number. I don't know if I'm going to get my money back. I might not get my money back, and I might have to go file a police report and go take them to small claims court. That's where I'm at right now. So we're going to wrap up the video there. We're going to say that overall, I've been very happy with my Rack 2, which I purchased through eBay, and I used PayPal. So in the rest of my life, I will never be using Coinbase. I'm going to do the best I can, that the only interaction I have with cryptocurrency is taking my money out of my wallet. I'm going to have to figure out some sort of a new method of, other than Coinbase, to transfer to. But anyway, this should have been a really pleasant experience. It should have been smooth like silk. I did the two-factor authentication, and Coinbase and Bobcat are known to each other because Bobcat is listing Coinbase on their site, and Bobcat has sold over 250,000 hotspots. So this is not an unfamiliar thing. There's no reason it should have triggered a fraud warning. So anyway, we're going to leave it there. I'm going to try to do one video a day so that anytime anybody looks for the word Coinbase, hopefully they'll find my YouTube about warning that I have had a miserable experience with Coinbase. The Coinbase support is very unhelpful. Hours and hours going round and round with them with no resolution yet. I'm still working with Bobcat, and I don't know if I'm going to get my Bobcat miner. I don't know if I'm going to get my money back, but at least they're talking to me. So we'll give updates every single day, and I'll tell the story about why I personally would never use Coinbase ever, and my miserable experience with Coinbase. And Coinbase started this whole problem for me by holding the transaction when they never should have. So we're going to wrap it up there. everybody have a good day. Personally, I could not recommend Coinbase. Personally, I couldn't recommend cryptocurrency. I don't see in any way, shape, or form how this is any better than any of the other payment methods. It's so much slower. There's so much more fees. This is not the future, bro. So anyway, have a good day.